Hey guys, it's Clayton here. Today is Sunday, September 21st of 2025. It's currently 10:27 p.m. and I just want to take a few minutes to talk about one of my favorite albums of all time, and that is Fragile by Nine Inch Nails. It's the third album released by Nine Inch Nails. I want to make this video because earlier today, just a few hours ago, I found out that today is actually the anniversary of the album. It was released 26 years ago today on September 21st of 1999. And yeah, I have it on vinyl. I also have it on CD. I got the CD along with a bunch of other Nine Inch Nails CDs. I won this like on an eBay auction. And then the vinyl of it, my parents got me this for Christmas back in 2023. And it's one of my favorite albums of all time. It hasn't always been that way though. I remember my first time listening to it, I didn't even finish it. I think that was in December of, I think it was December of 2022. And back then, I wasn't really into it. I liked Nine Inch Nails. I had an appreciation for them. I think I owned Pretty Hate Machine on vinyl. And I liked that album, but I hadn't really had my like downward spiral yet. I hadn't really become like a diehard fan of them. So back then I liked Pretty Hate Machine, but both the downward spiral and the fragile were just, I don't know, I just wasn't really into them. The downward spiral was, I felt like it was too rough and like too harsh for me at the time. And this album, the fragile, I mean, it's like around an hour and 40 minutes. So I mean, if you listen to it and you want to listen to it from start to finish, you have to be really committed to it, and you probably have to be like a Nine Inch Nails fan. um I don't know, it would be interesting to meet someone who's had their first um whose first experience listening to Nine Inch Nails was listening to The Fragile. And I don't know, is there anyone out there who their first experience listening to Nine Inch Nails was from listening to The Fragile? Um, I don't know, but yeah, back then the first time I listened to it, December 2022, it was a long record, and I just wasn't really into it. I wasn't a diehard Nine Inch Nails fan at the time, and so all I can really remember from that listen was I just wasn't really that into it, and I didn't finish it. But I do remember in August of 2023, I started listening to Nine Inch Nails a lot. And ever since then, it is now September of 2025. So it's been just over 2 years that I've been like really into Nine Inch Nails, like a diehard Nine Inch Nails fan. Um, so I remember listening to it back then in August of 2023, and I just started listening to it a lot, like every day. Back then, I was working at Planet Fitness, and at the time, I was just working overnight shifts. We weren't open overnight, but I was just the overnight cleaner. So for nearly 8 hours, I was there by myself, and then like the last hour or two of my shift, was like 4 or 5 in the morning. That's when we started opening up, and I think we opened at 5, so people were coming in then. But for most of my shift, 6 to 7 hours, I was there by myself. So I used to work from like 10 p.m. to 6 in the morning. So until like 4:30 in the morning, I was there by myself. And so during that time in my life, I was just constantly listening to Nine Inch Nails. Um, Back then in July of 2023, that's when my girlfriend ever passed away. And so that was like a really dark time in my life. And I knew some Nine Inch Nails before then, and I started listening to them a lot. And I think I years before that I had listened to the Ad Violence EP from, I think it's from 2017, and The Background World is a song I started listening to after she passed away. And I don't know, it was a really dark time in my life, but Nine Inch Nails definitely helped me continue through that. Um, Anyways, that's kind of where I started listening to Nine Inch Nails a lot. And yeah, it was in August of 2023. Like I think, I don't know, around that time, I was listening to some stuff from Ad Violence, and then I started listening to The Downward Spiral. And at that time in my life, The Downward Spiral actually like started to make sense to me, because before it was just too rough and too harsh. Um, But then I got into that. I was listening to Downward Spiral constantly, every day, sometimes multiple times a day. And especially like when I was working the overnight shift, I was there by myself. So I was constantly listening to Nine Inch Nails, constantly playing those records. And if I wasn't listening to Nine Inch Nails, I was listening to like Nine Inch Nails interviews on YouTube, or like Trent Reznor interviews. So it was kind of like a bit gradual. I started listening to Pretty Hate Machine a lot, and then started going through Downward Spiral, and it's just where it's like all I was listening to for like a long time. And then after I went through the Downward Spiral quite a bit, I I decided I would try out the Fragile again. I'll hold it again right here. Um, and the first listen, like I liked it. It wasn't like, or my second time listening to it, um, August 2023, I liked it more than my first listen back in December of 2022. Um, but I don't know, like my first time listening to it, not all the songs really stuck with me. I think the first song that really stuck out to me was Where Is Everybody, which is on the second half of the album, kind of closer to the end. Um, and yeah, that song was the very first one that stuck out to me. Um, and then again, I was like listening to Nine Inch Nails all the time at the time, and I still do listen to them basically all the time. Um, I think after listening to the album more, Into the Void really started sticking out to me. I really liked it. I can't remember exactly when this song really hit me, but the intro song, Somewhat Damaged, is absolutely amazing. And that is, I think I look back on my like statistics for Spotify, and that's like my number one played song of like the last year, last 12 months. Um, yeah, Somewhat Damaged is amazing. And I actually saw Nine Inch Nails for the first time in August. I actually saw them 3 times in August of 2025. First time I drove like 4.5 hours to Vancouver, BC, in Canada. And then second time I saw them in Seattle, and that was August 12th. And then third time was in Cleveland. I flew to Cleveland. I was there August 31st on the floor for that one. But anyways, my first 2 times seeing them on the Peel It Back tour, I got to hear them play Somewhat Damaged. Um, and that was amazing. So they started out on the B stage doing like an acoustic set. They did 3 songs, and then they went to the main stage. And then after playing maybe 7 songs or so, they went back to the B stage to do like some remix versions of songs with Boys Noise. And then the first song they did once they got back to the main stage was Somewhat Damaged. And that, um, it's hard to pick a Nine Inch Nails song as my favorite, but I'd say Somewhat Damaged might be my favorite. So to hear that song live in Vancouver, BC, and in Seattle was absolutely amazing. And then when they played in Cleveland, the song they played instead of that was Mr. Self Destruct, which is another amazing song. Literally, it just clicked with me that both of those songs were intro songs. So, yeah, I haven't thought of that before now. That they, when they got back to the main stage, they started with the intro from the Fragile, and then Cleveland was the intro from the Downward Spiral. Um, anyways, yeah, I'm just making this video to say happy 26th anniversary to the release of The Fragile by Nine Inch Nails. Such an important album to me. Really a beautiful album. I think it's amazing. It's quite an amazing journey to listen to. Yeah. So I'll read off the titles of the songs from start to finish. There's Somewhat Damaged, The Day the World Went Away, The Frail, The Wretched, We're in This Together, The Fragile, Just Like You Imagined, Even Deeper, Pilgrimage, No You Don't, Lemur, The Great Below, The Way Out Is Through, Into the Void, Where Is Everybody, The Mark Has Been Made. I'm a little bit thrown off here because I don't think I've listened to the vinyl of The Fragile all the way through. And on disc 3, side A, it says 10 Miles High, which I don't think I've heard that before. And I know they released like another version of this album. I think it's like Deviations or something. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong. But I'm gonna have to listen to that later because I don't think I've heard 10 Miles High. Then it goes to Please, Star, Effers Incorporated, Complication, and then the last song on side A of disc 3 is The New Flesh, which again, like, I don't know that one. I don't think I've heard that. So I'm gonna have to listen to that later. And disc 3 side B is I'm looking forward to joining you finally, the big come down, underneath it all, and ripe with decay. Anyways, amazing album, for real. It's Somewhat Damaged, amazing. Like the whole song is amazing, and then like at the outro, like, how could I ever think it's funny how everything you swore would never change is different now, just like you would always say, we'll make it through, didn't quite, fell apart, where the fuck were you? Like, that song is so powerful. The Day the World Went Away, when it comes in on the guitar, like dun 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 dun, it's just amazing intro, beautiful song. Then The Frail, and then going from The Frail into The Wretched is just, I mean, The Frail is a beautiful on piano, and then just blends so perfectly with The Wretched. And then The Wretched, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure that's one where it's like, now you know, this is what it feels like, this is what it feels like. Oh my gosh, it's an amazing song. It's like down 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 down. There's so many layers to that song. It's amazing. We're in this together. Another amazing song. You and me, we're in this together now. No one. I'm blanking on some of the lyrics. It's like nothing else can stop us now. I don't think I'm getting that right. And then The Fragile, another amazing song. Like, she matters when everything is meaningless. I feel like I'm screwing up those lyrics, but I won't let you fall apart. I did not start this video thinking I'd be trying to sing any of the lyrics, by the way. But, and even deeper, it goes even deeper. I really need to stop trying to sing. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's amazing. Pilgrimage is pretty epic. No You Don't. Lemur is like one of the most beautiful songs ever. Oh my gosh, I wish I could hear that live. And then Into the Void is just amazing. Try to save myself, but myself keeps slipping away. I think it's really cool how in Lemur it kind of has a very similar part to Into the Void, like the on bass or something in Lemur, it's like dun 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 dun, and then a song or two later in Into the Void, it's same thing. I think it's really cool how the songs connect with each other. I mean, I love Nine Inch Nails and how a lot of the songs, especially on this album, can like blend in with each other. And then like I said, after Into the Void is Where Is Everybody, and just, oh my gosh, that's the first song that stuck out to me when I really decided to give this album a listen. But I really like, I don't want to say, okay, the song Starfuckers. I like the lyrics. Like, what is it? like You Are So Vain. I bet you think the song is about you. Or no, it starts out with All Our Pain. How did you think we'd get by without you? And then You Are So Vain. I bet you think the song is about you. And then Trent just starts screaming, don't you, don't you, don't you. And then goes into the chorus. I think Ripe with Decay is a really cool way to end the album. A Big Come Down, another one of my favorite songs on the album. I think there's definitely songs on here that I would probably usually only listen to if I'm listening to the album from start to finish. Like some of these like aren't like my go-to, like, okay, I'm gonna listen to that Nine Inch Nails song. But I do think it's amazing listening to the song from start to finish. Or listening to this album from start to finish, it is a beautiful piece of music. And yeah, anyways, I think this is going to be the end of the video. Just wanted to make the video talking about some of my thoughts on the album. And thank you, Nine Inch Nails. Thank you, Trent Reznor. You've gotten me through lots of stuff, lots of grief. And I think, like, if I don't always know how to describe, like, how I'm feeling or how to describe an emotion, there's always a song for it. There's always a song that can describe it. And I'm not in the same place mentally I was 2 years ago after my girlfriend died. But Nine Inch Nails definitely helped me a lot during that time because I felt, like, less alone. Like, their lyrics aren't, like, the most hopeful. They're obviously pretty dark, some with lots of songs, but it's like I felt like I was less alone. I didn't feel so alone because, like, listening to this music, it's like I felt like someone understands me a bit. So it was good music to have during that time, and they're my second favorite band. I listen to them all the time. I saw them 3 times last month. They're amazing. And if you didn't already know, Depeche Mode is my favorite band. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. Fragile is amazing. Give it a listen if you haven't already. And just put some headphones on, get comfortable, listen to it from start to finish. It's an amazing album. Happy 26th anniversary to The Fragile. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.